This guy says the horse can do. If he says the horse can do, can do.
Hello racing fans, and welcome back to another edition of Handicapper's Corner, brought to you by the Derby Bar and Grill. I'm Mike Heads, and along with Drew Forster, we're going to go through the Saturday, June the 14th races at Hastings. We do have 7 races on tap. Should be a good day.
Yeah, very competitive field.
Great weekend last week.
Yeah,
cool.
I was going to say, competitive fields today. Should be a beautiful weekend. There are no stakes races. We did have our fill of those last week, and of course the Belmont.
Yeah, too bad.
Yeah, another one slips through our fingers, but I felt a very timely ride by Victor Espinoza. Just the third race in 5 weeks was just too much, and the mile and a half might have been a bit too much for the horse as well.
It grabbed a quarter even the game. I mean, there's like a million excuses. I mean, like, you know, the trainer's excuse book is about that.
Exactly. There's an old saying: a million ways to lose a race, one way to win it.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate.
And seeing as it was Belmont Day, we also had 2 3-year-old stakes at Hastings. One for the boys, one for the girls. We're going to go back and have a look at those. The first one was the third race on the card. It was the River Rock Casino Stake. There we go. And they're away from the gate.
Aspen Getaway.
Aspen Getaway, yep.
Down on the inside, broke well under Amadeo Perez. Richard Hamill's on the 2, Coffee Grinder, laying just in behind the speed, and it was a comfortable tempo. There was nothing flashy early. It was, things were pretty comfortable. You know, the back runners really had no chance. But
these are the 3 horses we figured would be tough.
Yeah.
There they are, right there. You got Aspen Getaway, Jordan's Quest. Coffee Grinder gets a very nice, well-timed ride by Mr. Hamill, sitting in 3rd spot there.
Yeah, it was he was kind of covered up here behind the slow fractions. You know, you always worry about getting out, but Aspen Getaway was traveling comfortably. Jordan's Quest, who's been running so well for Sylvia Gregory this year, has lap right on the leader, and never a better cause, making a wide move, but But Richard just biding his time, and he's not even going to wait for a hole to open. He just goes 3 wide. He's a big, lanky colt. He levels off and runs very well.
Yeah.
Yet I really, on TV, it really doesn't look like it, but watching him live as I did, he's going to flourish when they go longer.
Going longer, absolutely. I mean, this is your early favorite for, of course, the BC Derby. He hopefully giving Mr. Gertzen another one.
Yeah, Crazy Coffee.
Crazy Coffee, and then Coffee Grinder.
But yeah, 1:16.4, a very good time. Considering they went 46 and change the opening half, I mean the last 5/16 of a mile was run very quickly, and this horse passed. It's really hard. Aspen Getaway was running.
Yeah,
I mean, Mr. Redekop and Anita Bolton's runner was running at the end. Aspen Getaway,
he wasn't running down a tired horse.
No, this horse was sprinting to the line and got out sprinted by Coffee Grinder. That pretty impressive performance. Congratulations to Richard Hamill, Craig McPherson, and the Gertzens.
Yeah. And so that was your early favorite for the Derby. Here's your early favorite for the Oaks.
Phillies.
Very good race. One to watch here that I was super impressed with. Number 2, Dossalina.
Yeah, ran well. Got the lead.
Ran very well. She gets the lead, and she gets Today is the Day going up with her.
They decided to rate Arabella's Muse, teach her a little something, and she was laying in 3rd. Architecture's in 4th, and then Ole's Miss is her customary 1-run close.
Yeah.
She's sitting last. They went very quick, 22 flat, obviously a lot quicker than the Colts division. It was only 30 minutes later this race, and Today is the Day really putting heavy pressure on Dossalina. And Frank Fuentes on Arabella's Muse is just really looked like he's traveling comfortably and just sitting back, waiting, because he knows probably the competition isn't in front of him, it's behind him in Ole's Miss. And
but he gets fanned out very wide here.
She's a filly that has a little trouble with the turns at times. And,
that's right. She did last year in her first
on the
start.
first turn even. But not today. But the last turn she did have trouble. Here, Ole's Miss is going to split horses, and the great ride by Amadeo Perez.
Yeah, she gets
just waited for the opening, and Dossalina's all heart on the inside.
Tough here.
Arabella's Muse is trying on the outside, but just not finding, and Ole's Miss just does lay a nose on Dossalina at the wire in a very good 1:16 and 1/5. That was a brilliant time, and congratulations to the Canmore Farms, Tracy McCarthy, and Amadeo.
There's another one you mentioned. Coffee Grinder is going to like stretching out. I imagine Ole's Miss is not going to have any problem.
That's why I picked Arabella's Muse. I thought maybe Arabella's Muse would be the
really chance to beat her.
6.5. Holy Smith, I definitely want to take her going long, but she's won again sprinting. And
got the Malibu Moon on the mother's side, so I'm going to guess it's a problem.
Talented group, though. I mean, once again, 3 nice fillies hitting the line there, 2 very nice colts, Coffee Grinder and Aspen Getaway, so it looks like another fun year in the 3-year-old divisions, both colts and the fillies.
And that's before everybody's gone shopping.
Yes, there still
there's some
shopping going on, usually in July and August, to get ready for the Derby. All right, on to the first at Hastings on our 7-race program. Got a field of 6 fillies and mares in for $8,000. I'm going to sprint 6.5. I landed on the class dropping number 1, Clarice B. A little concerned about her lack of speed, but I'm going to hope that she can get up and lay a little closer at this level. She's been running for a lot more money, and anytime she's been down near this price, she's usually pretty salty. The 5-horse Joey's Jewel has good form right now. Nice win first time out. Has the tactical advantage on everyone because there is no speed in the race. So Richard Hamill for Charlene Miller really can control things here, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Joey's Jewel win it all. But I put her in for second just because I think Clarice B is a better horse and might run her down, but we'll see. And I put the 3-horse Miss Hetheridge in for third. I think the rest of them kind of look the same to me. Whoever kind of gets lucky with the trip. I think the 1 and 5 stand out above the field. I think it's those 2 and then the other 4 horses. So I went 1, 5, and 3.
I see it pretty much the way you do, Mike. Clarice B I took on top because she is the horse dropping. Joey's Jewel I had on top because she is going to control the race. I see it the same way as you. The only difference I made, I put Haida Gwaii. I took Mike's other horse, the other Mike Anderson horse in there. I thought a good second behind Miss Hetheridge last time. I didn't really like the trip she got. I thought she could have beaten Miss Hetheridge, so I put her in the 3rd spot instead. I went 1, 5, and 4 in the first. I agree with Mike on the top too. Second, maiden 12-5 for 3-year-olds and up. I've gone to the 2. Hall of Fame trainer Alan Mays running here for our good friend Jim Veach, Argyle Stables. Storm Over Sky made a big improvement last time. Had a very rough trip his first time out.
Very green down the inside.
Yeah, had a very good run last time. Just got caught by Chester's Gold Late, but I think this horse is really moving in the right direction. I got him in the top spot. Second spot, I went with Uncle Willard in here. Out of the Craig McPherson barn, he's cutting his price in half. He gets Richard Hamill. Him and McPherson are on fire together. 9th by 16 his opening start, but it was his first start. Craig plays his horses very aggressively. He could have went to 80, could have went to 5, but he thought 12-5 is the spot, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him take a big step forward in this one. And Chester's Gold, one of your likely favorites out of the Mel Snow Barn, him and Amadeo Perez, just second to London last time, beating Storm Over Sky. So he's probably going to be your favorite. But I got him in the 3rd spot. I went 2, 4, 3.
Yeah, I agree with the 2-horse Storm Over Sky. This horse improved significantly in race number 2. The horse broke well, was actually reined in to be in behind the speed. May have wanted to be out there, but this horse ran a better than looked race. This horse is better than Chester's Gold for my money anyway after watching that last race.
I think so.
Chester's Gold just kind of ran into second, whereas Storm Over Sky was reined in early. Was stuffed in behind horses and then actually finally tipped out. But it was, for me, I think Storm Over Sky is just going to go to the front here and be very dangerous. Chester's Gold for second. And I put the 6, Nick the Mimsy, in for third. This horse raced in between horses the whole way. I know it was just for 5,000, but I thought the horse improved a lot. Kind of got away maybe with running her for 5 Gs. Wouldn't be surprised to see this horse do some good, a little bit of good in this race. Not a lot of horses in the race, so he's going to get a good trip. And I just like the way the horse ran last time. I'm going to put him in for third. But I do like the 2. I agree with you. Storm Over Sky went 2, 3, and 6. On to the third race. Got some fillies, 3-year-old fillies here, and a nice little non-winners to 2 allowance. Going a mile on the 16th, and I ended up on the 3, Farniente. I was obviously between the 3 and the 1. Those look like your horses in here. Farniente, a good run first time out against Champagne Gal. Did have the 10-hole. Champagne Gal had her share of problems in that race too, but seemed to be more comfortable. I know the horse went 3 and 4 wide, but was in a comfortable spot the whole race, where Farniente was kind of in between horses. Farniente came back, has the benefit of a race since, and ran a good race, and really a professional. I wouldn't be surprised to see this horse love the distance, being by Pleasantly Perfect. So I like 3 over the 1, and I put the 2 Hey Did You Notice in for third, but I think it's 3 and 1 that are miles ahead of the field, and then it's just a battle for third, but I went 3, 1, 2.
Yeah, I got the same horses. Hey Did You Notice in the 3rd spot. I put Champagne Gal on top.
Yep.
I think it's a coin toss between them. The distance is kind of the question, but Champagne Gal did run almost a mile and a 16th in her first start. She was extremely wide.
Our dear friend Mario.
Our good friend Mario. If you don't get him stopped, You keep them running.
Yeah.
There's a lot to be said for
Four
that.
Deep the whole race.
Yeah.
So did run a big race.
So I got Champagne Gal on top. Farniente, obviously, that's the other one, as you mentioned. Well-bred daughter of Pleasantly Perfect, and maybe just needed that first race out. Made no mistake in her second start, so it's definitely between those two. I see it the same way. I went 1, 3, and 2 in the third, but I got Champagne Gal on top for our good friend Shelley Bancroft. Good luck, Shelley.
Well-bred too.
Well-bred too, yes.
From the sire Glen Todd.
From the sire Glen Todd, BC bred. On to the fourth race, maiden 25 for fillies and mares. A couple droppers in here. I went to the 3 blended on top out of the Trace McCarthy barn, Canmore Farms. Only got beat 3/4 length in that Champagne Gal, and I dig that race.
Right.
It finished ahead of Farniente. Drops into 25. That's your horse to beat. Second spot, I put Flatter You. Had a terrible trip 2 back with Rico Walcott. Came back, and because of that bad trip, was one of the favorites, again, for maiden special weight. Just kind of ran a flat fourth. Makes a logical drop down to 25. I would be surprised to see her. If she can bounce back and run that race before, she'll be a handful in here as well. Maybe give Blended a little bit of run for her money. And third spot, I put Bubbly on Ice. Comes out of Golden Gate for maiden 32. Did get beat by 13 down there, but at least has a race under its belt in May. So gets a start and comes up here for Trainer Barb Heads and RJ Bennett. And a lot of those horses that come up from Golden Gate,
They'll be fit.
They're fit and they're ready and they're tough here. So I got her in third spot. I got 3, 6, 4.
Yeah, I went a little off the track here. I went to the 7-horse Queen Militant for Sylvia Gregory, filly by Giant Gizmo. I think there's some distance in this pedigree, and I liked the run the last time she was in for a tag. She did lose to a very good Elusive Lily, who I like tomorrow. For Anita Bolton, this horse ran a very game race.
Big dropper, Elusive Lily.
Yeah, and last time ran against Farniente and Xenia, and I dig that. And I thought it was a pretty good race in between horses. I just think she's going to flourish at a mile on the 16th. I'm going to take a shot. Gets
109 too.
Yeah, big break in the weights for Queen Militant. So I'm going to put her in the top spot. I agree with you. The 3 blended. That's your horse to beat. Good form at the maiden special weight level. So why shouldn't she be tough for 25? So she's by Miz and Mask out of a Vicar mare, so there's distance there. And I agree with the 4-horse Bubbly on Ace in for third. A daughter of Sun Gold that's been had a long spring training at Golden Gate, had the 1 run, ran into some toughies there, and No More Twinkies, who came back to win. And her races last fall were quite good too. They're better than they look, and I just think she'll flourish at a mile on the 16th. So I put her in for third. Didn't love anyone in here, but I went 7, 3, and 4. But I think any one of those 3 horses, or even Flatter You, as you mentioned, it could be in the money. You probably need 4 of them in the final leg of the early win 4. On to the 5th race. $4,000 non-twos, going 6.5 furlongs. I ended up on the 3-horse Tribe. Been running obviously a lot tougher. Going to take the big class drop in here. It's time to move this one on, I guess. And non-2-4 is the tag that they choose to run him at, and wasn't disgraced against Ruffy Joe, Peyton's best, and Leo's in the house. But I mean, it's a lot easier assignment. So I'm going to take him to win it. Put the 5-horse Captain Salt. I know he didn't win by a lot, defeating Roy's Dream, but he just did what he had to. And I think there's more in the tank. They're not getting aggressive with him at all. They run him right back for non-2-4. But still, I know the horse won, and he just won. But I just think that he did what he needed to do. And I put the 8-horse Fast Stop. This one broke his maiden for 5 nicely. Went up to the non-2-8 level. Ran into a very good step up, but still gets back down for $4,000. Does lose Amadeo Perez to the 5-horse Captain Salt, but that's kind of a tough decision. I wouldn't want to have to make that one because they're both live in here. I went 3, 5, and 8. I went to the horses that haven't been running in the regular non-2-4 races like many of these others have. I
see it the same way. I got Tribe Your Dropper on top, and very tough spot for Amadeo. 2 trainers that don't like to hear no either.
No.
I got Captain Salt in second. As you mentioned, he's another one that figures in here. And Fast Stop, another one. Coming down to the $4,000 level for Anita Bolton and Bob Chima. Those are your 3. They all fit in here. I see it exactly the same way. I got 3, 5, and 8. Mike said it all. On to the 6th, 3-year-old fillies for 25. Nice little race for 3-year-old fillies. I've gone to the 7. Here we talked about Elusive Lily.
I thought it was, I said tomorrow. Yeah, it's something when you look at 15 races. It's
only 2 races later. There we go. Elusive Lily, I'm picking her again. A very reasonable move. She broke her maiden. They dropped her out of Stakes Company in for maiden 25. She made no mistake that day, won by a length over Queen Militant. And comes right back just at 25,000 for 3-year-old fillies. I think this fits her like a glove. Of course, Amadeo sticks with her. I got her on top. I put Copper City out of the Rosie Anderson barn. Rosie's only batting 20% right now. Very unlike Rosie. She's usually around the 40% mark. Her horses, she was in a allowance race earlier on against Dosseline and Sensational Beauty and some nice fillies. Drops into a 25. Richard Hamlin sticks with her. She figures. Always keep an eye on Rosie's horses. And the third spot, Battling Brook. Broker maiden for 12.5. They thought higher of her. She was running much higher most of her career. I think she fits all right in here, but 7 and 6 I think are the two tough ones. I got Battling Brook in third, 7, 6, 1 for me in the sixth.
Yeah, I kind of see it exactly the same way. I was really impressed with the 7 Elusive Lily, and that's why I picked Queen Militant in the earlier races. I'm hoping that this horse will run well again. This horse was pressured early, turned back all challenges, and Queen Militant made a good run at her at the 8th pole, and she just drew away. Maybe we'll see how. Obviously watch and see how Queen Militant does. If she wins, then it really enhances the stock perhaps of Elusive Lily. But I just like the run, and I think this horse is moving the right way. I agree with the 6, Copper City for second. This horse stumbled at the start last time, costing her valuable position. She was not in play early. And against Dosselina and Two Pump and Sensational Beauty, you do not want to be out of position. And this filly was.
They're
just
quick.
Due to the beginning of the race. She just kind of stumbled even there, and it cost her. So she's in an easier spot, and she's live in here as well. And I agree with the 1 horse Battling Brook to be the best of the rest. I was kind of between the 1 Battling Brook and the 4 Lady at War. Those are my next 2 horses. But I went 7, 6, and 1 in race number 6. On to the 7th and final. I got a field of 9 $4,000 claimers going a mile and a 16th. I ended up on the 7 horse Max Cooper, is taking a pretty good drop in class. Gets out of the open $8,000 company down into this non-winners of the year for 4. And I just think he's out at his best distance. He's got his 2 little tighteners in him, the sprints, and it's going to be dangerous going a mile and a 16th. But the 6 horse Dog, who is absolutely of no use going 6 or 6.5 furlongs, but at a mile and a 16th or a mile, you see his form. He was second at Turf Paradise for non-262, and he did win non-362, and he did win a non-262 by 6 lengths at a mile. So I mean, he's just not a sprinter, and he will be better. And Amadeo had his choice of a few in here, and he sticks with this horse. And I put the 3 horse Follow My Orders, another one that likes to run long, ran well first time out sprinting. Came back and did not run so well in his next start, but I know this horse's mile and 16th races are his best ones, and I will not give up on him and put him in for third. I went 7, 6, and 3 in the Saturday finale. I
got a couple of the same ones. I agree. Max Cooper just looks like the tough horse, and there he's your logical horse. Max Cooper on top. I put a Fleet Mac in second. I always kind of like the Fleet Mac. He's good going a distance as well. Gets Corinne Andros, a bug girl on him for trainer Carl Austin. I'm willing to give him a shot. He ran a good third last time behind Texas Buccaneer. I'll give him another shot going long for 4,000.
Ray's Reno wrecked him, and now he's in the race again.
Again for our good friends, the Corrigans.
Yes, Doug and Mark.
Fleet Mac in second, and I put Dog for all the reasons Mike mentioned. Amadeo Perez sticks with him going long. Again, a good friend of the Derby there, Lauren McDougall. Good luck in the nightcap with Dog. I went 7, 1, 6. That'll do it for our analysis of the Hastings Saturday card. Up next on screen will be Mike's picks. There we are.
Race number 1. I went to the 1, Clarice B over the 5. Joey's Jewel, I think it's 1 and 5 for me though. I ended up 1-5-3. In the second race, I really like the 2 horse Storm over Sky. I went 2, 3, and 6. Race number 3, I went to the 3, Farniente, 3, 1, 2. In the fourth race, I went to the 7, Queen Militant over the 3, Blended, and the 4, Bubbly on Ice. Race number 5, I went to the 3, Tribe over the 5 and 8. Race number 6, the 7, Elusive Lily. I'm looking for a late double at 7 and 7. 7-6-1 for me in the 6th, and in the 7th, 7-6-3. Here's Drew's picks on the Saturday program.
There we are. In the first, I agree with Mike on number 1, Clarice B. 1 and 5 look like the tough ones, and I got the 4, Heidi Guire in third. The second, I agree with Mike on number 2, Storm over Sky. Good luck to the connections on that one, over the 4 and the 3. In the third, I went with the 1, Champagne Gal, over the 3 and the 2. In the fourth, I went to the 3, Blended, over the 6 and the 4. In the fifth, I'm back with Mike. I'm back with Mike on the late pick 3 here. Number 3, Tribe, over the 5 and the 8. The sixth, number 7, Elusive Lily, over the 6 and the 1. And the nightcap, the 7th, number 7, Max Cooper, over the 1 and 6.
All right, that'll do it for this edition of Handicapper's Corner, brought to you by the Derby Bar and Grill. Thank everyone for tuning in. I think you might be the hot one this weekend. You had a birthday. Happy birthday to my buddy Drew. And there's a lot of birthdays on that
Getting
day.
old, yeah.
Oh, the Rick Terry.
Rick
We
Terry,
got
yeah.
my father-in-law, Cy
The
Anderson.
late
Of course,
Cy
the
Anderson.
Late Cy Anderson.
Yep.
June wishes you happy birthday.
Yeah.
Because she knows all you guys are born on June the 11th. But maybe it'll be Drew's hot weekend. Might get some good picks from Drew. But once again, thanks everyone for tuning in to Handicapper's Corner. And we'll see you next time here at the Derby Bar and Grill.
Got him figured at 5 to 9, but make it efforts 10. He wins it by